Well, hello, members of sixth grade. As I said, the battle continues. L98, addition of integers. So again, now they're getting specific with the language. So integers, let's just go ahead and define that real quick. Integers, as we should already know, are the whole numbers. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what we call their opposites. And so that question, when that comes up, people always say, does 0 have an opposite? And it's like, no, it doesn't. But every other integer does, if you will. So like 3 and -3 and stuff like that. So those are integers. Basically, I always think about with integers, like if you were to look at a number line in your brain, it's probably the numbers that you'd see. The ones to the left is 0, what we call the negatives. The ones to the right is 0. Ones that we call the positives. So again, I don't really have much new, but we're going to just continue to kind of explore a deeper dive. And then tomorrow's lesson, we do have a couple, not new to you, but maybe some language that we can help us. Let's look at something like this. So +8, positive 8 plus -5. Again, the questions are always the same whenever adding or subtracting, which is it a battle? Now, we know that battles occur when there's a positive and a negative, and that's what we have going on right here. We have a +8 and -5. So we'd have to say, yes, that is a battle. Then we'd say, well, who's going to win? And clearly the 8 is going to smack down the 5, right? So we'd say that the positives will win. And then we answer out, well, by how much? And we clearly say 3. Nothing really much new there, yeah? Another. First question, is it a battle? Remember, battles occur when there are a positive and a negative. But if you look closely here, you see that that negative is attached to that 5. And this negative sign is attached to that 3. Remember, it's always the sign that comes just to the left of it. Therefore, we'd say this is not a battle. And we want to think about what? Good. Join forces. Again, in that serious rivalry. Negatives are not going to all of a sudden magically become positive, not in the addition-subtraction world, not in the battle. So therefore, we join forces and we say, oh, this will be equal to -8. And last little primer example. So we had something like this, -6 plus, let's say, +6. Is that a battle? Yes, it is. I got a negative and a positive. That's clearly a battle. Who's going to win? Well, that's when we say, well, nobody. Nobody wins this one. And that's a sad battlefield. And we'd have to respond. Therefore, if the 6 goes up against the 6, well, guess what? They're all going to take each other out and we'll be left with no one or nothing or nobody. And that is what we call 0. Yeah? And you're like, we did all this. I know. Let's explore a couple other things then. Here, I want you to draw a number line. We're going to put a tick mark right in the middle. That's going to be our 0. And then I want you to put an evenly spaced to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on that 5th one, make it a little bit bigger. And then drop one more after that. Then to the left, excuse me. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Then to the left, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a big one. That's going to be our -5, and then one after that. Now, the ones we were just discussing were this guy, which we'd call +6, and this guy, which we call -6. And we put them in battle with one another. Now, if we look at, we see that they're equidistant from the 0. And this -6 and this +6 actually have a name when we group them together. So +6 and -6 are what we call opposites. And it's good to have a nice definition of opposites. Let's see if you can help me fill in this blank. It says, so the opposites are two values whose sum is what? Think about all the opposites in the world. -3 and +3. +7 and -7. Well, if we asked ourselves the battle questions, we say, is it a battle? Yes, of course. Who's going to win? And that's when we say nobody's going to win. So two values whose sum is class. Yeah, 0. Well done. Impressed, I must say. Hey, I think we have time for some try this. So what you're going to do, please write these down. And you're going to pause me. And then when you come back, the revelation will begin. So again, pause me in 1, 2, 3. Hi, You're back. All right, so you've got your answers down. Now, here's the thing about try this. Sometimes we make a mistake. That's okay. But these are our notes, so I want to make sure that you do correct any mistake that you have by fixing it in your pencil. Yeah. But first one, clearly a battle. Who's going to win the negatives by 7? -7. I hope you got it. All right, next one is a battle. Nope, they joined forces, so that will be -8. Boom, hope you got that one. And then remember our practice here. We want to collect our negatives, so that's my -4 and my -5 at -9. And then we want to collect our positives, +7 at +2. That'll be +9, joining forces. And then we ask ourselves, is it a battle? Yes, it sure is. Who's going to win? Nobody wins this battle. That's a 0. We get to box that up. And I know it's a quick lesson, and you might go, oh, well, tomorrow's be quick because we're still going to do the battle. Well, we are still going to do the battle, but it gets a little deeper. Today was addition of integers. Tomorrow will be subtraction of integers. And we're going to learn and train our brain to realize that subtraction is just the addition of a... Well, if you don't know yet, you'll find out tomorrow. L98 translates to homework 98. We are not testing this week. We'll be testing next week. I hope you're well. Take care. Reach out anytime.